Hey Joe, it's everyone here. Can you imagine a situation where you make 100 sales selling shirts and you actually lose money? That's exactly what happened to this person here. They opened their store in May of 2023. They were able to make a little over 100 sales, and they wrote that they've actually probably lost a little bit of money. She wrote how she basically thinks that print on demand is a great way to make some good income. She then asked two questions to those that are running successful print on demand stores, which I am going to try and answer in this video today. She asked if we are just selling things at a very high margin, which means are we pricing things very high so that way we can make more profit on the sale? Or are we just trying to sell a lot of things? Meaning if we're only profiting a few dollars per sale, then is the goal to just try to make thousands of sales so that way you have some money to show for it? And before we break those all down, I am someone who used to sell t-shirts. One of my first print on demand stores ever that was successful was a t-shirt store. I even made this video here talking about how I got it to over 5,000 in sales per month without spending anything on ads. The problem is though, is that was back in 2017. Since then, now in 2024, things are much different. My advice in terms of this question here, should we just sell things at a higher price or make lots of sales, is actually to just choose more profitable print on demand products. I also don't recommend selling on Etsy or Amazon or places like that. I recommend building your own store, which I'll elaborate on in a little bit. Before we jump into some of my responses to this post here and some of my recommendations, what I would just ask is that you watch this whole video and you hear me out. A lot of times when I talk about stuff like this, people don't listen to what I'm trying to break down and they just leave a comment and tell me that I'm dumb or something like that. So try to watch the whole video, take it in, and let me know your thoughts. If you want to see some of the print on demand products that I like and some of the items I've reviewed, make sure to check out some of my other videos here on the channel. I have reviewed hundreds of different product samples from lots of different suppliers. I've also got a free print on demand course. It's called POD for Dummies. There's a link down in the description. Inside, you're going to get access to over 30 step-by-step videos showing you the process to actually build out your print on demand store. Like I said, it is completely free and there is a link down in the description. This right here is a best-selling shirt from inside of the Printify app. If we scroll down here, we can see that it does cost $17.22. It has a shipping cost of $5.19, which brings our total cost on this item to $22.41. And the question is, what does a product like that actually sell for? If you look around the internet, you will see lots of different people talking about prices that they have sold shirts at. Me personally, I used to really like selling them at $23.95. I felt like that was a good number and it worked well. Again though, that was back in 2017 before I switched to higher profit items. I did find this listing here, and even though I said I don't sell on Etsy, it's still a great place to get information like pricing. If we use the drop down here, we can see all of their pricing information here, and you can see that the unisex t-shirt options that they have here are all very much so under $20 for the actual shirt. I also found this post here in the Etsy seller community. It's somebody talking about selling shirts. They mentioned pricing the shirt at $22 in order to get a $5 profit on it, and they're wondering, is this a fair profit margin? Someone down here did respond and says that after receiving that $22, you're going to have different fees. You might have different taxes. If you're using any Etsy ads, you're going to have more fees there, and basically your profit of $5 is actually going to be about half of that, which basically means selling the shirt at $22. If you are using the one in my example, you're actually going to be losing money there. So we would actually have to price it higher and still deal with some of those fees. If you're selling on your own store, I found something here. This is a personalized shirt. You can see that the price is $24.99. I also found this store here. This is again another shirt selling it at $25. They do offer free shipping on this item though, so that would mean that we're paying for shipping on this. And to basically show you that selling shirts and maybe other low margin products like mugs could end up being a situation where even though you're making sales, you might not make any profits. Let's just say that on every shirt that we sold, we did profit $5. If you wanted to make $1,000 in profit per month, you would need to make 200 sales, which is not the most difficult thing in the world, but let's say that there's a lot of customer service. If you are responding to hundreds of customer emails and you're only profiting $1,000 over a month, that might feel like a losing game to you. I mentioned already that I don't sell on Etsy. The primary way I make sales is by running ads on Facebook and on Instagram and building a Shopify store. Like I said earlier too, I do have a free course in the description that will show you how to actually get started with that. I made this post in my print print-on-demand Facebook group last week. I was starting a new ads training where I was taking people into my Facebook ad account and breaking down different processes. I'm referencing this here though to show you how profitable doing this can be with a higher profit item. In the post, you can see that I was running ads at $15 per day, brought in 39 sales for total revenue of over $3,000. I'm going to show you the product I was selling in a moment. It makes over $30 in profit per sale. In fact, after paying for the production costs, it makes about $34 in profit. And if you do some math here and you divide our ad spend, which was $404.91 by 39, you will see that that number comes out to about $10. So that means for every sale, I was spending about $10 on the ad to make a sale. If I profit $34 after my production costs and then minus the $10 in ad spend from each order, that leaves me with a total profit of about $24 per order. That to me sounds like a way better situation than selling low profit products like t-shirts and mugs. The product I'm talking about is a print-on-demand car seat cover. It's basically just a cover that goes over someone's seats in their car, and it's print-on-demand. You can put any design on this. It's a universal fit. It's an awesome item. I have some reviews on it here on my channel where I talk about things that I like to do when I sell these, but if we break down the numbers here, you will see that it costs just $32, and then shipping is $3.60, which means that we're looking at about a $35 cost on this item. The selling price is $79, which is much more profitable than the t-shirt. And that for one is really the first reason why I stopped selling t-shirts and other low margin items on my stores, because in order to make more profits in less time, you can do that with higher profit products. Selling the car seat covers and making $25 in profit per sale will add up much quicker than just a few dollars per sale with shirts. And there are lots of other really awesome items out there. Printify has almost 1,000 different products here inside of their catalog. I've also got tons of different videos breaking down dozens of different product samples. And here's another example of a really high profit item. This is a pair of shoes inside of the Printify app. You can see that it costs just $21. This is a print-on-demand store here that is selling them for $69.99. Their nurse is people that are nurses, and they've built a really awesome shop here for them. If you scroll down, you can see that they have tons of sales because all these different customers are submitting different reviews of the item. And if we do the math here on this item, the profit is very good. And not just shoes. You could sell all over printed button-up Hawaiian shirts. You could sell bomber jackets or baseball jerseys or joggers and leggings and a whole bunch of other things that you can make a great profit margin on. The reason I'm making this video here is because this person said, hey, to those of you that are running successful POD stores, what is your model? Do you sell things at a very high margin, meaning do we inflate the prices so that way we can make more profit, or do we just try to sell a lot of cheap items and sell a lot of it? No, the answer is we choose higher profit print-on-demand items. To me, that is the path forward with print-on-demand in 2024 and beyond. This is a report that the Printify team actually shared recently on their Instagram, talking about the projected growth inside of the print-on-demand business model. You can see here, back in 2023, that we are just over $6 billion in annual sales. You see that they are projecting that over the next 9 years, we're going to get to $59 billion, which is almost a 10-time growth. One of the things that I keep talking about here on my channel is that that growth is going to be fueled by all the different products that are available to us as print-on-demand sellers. As people begin to switch to higher profit items, I believe that that ultimately will drive up those sales numbers because the items are more expensive. And I'm not talking about items that are super expensive. I'm simply just mentioning that if you were to sell leggings, you can sell those much more expensive than what you'd actually sell a t-shirt for. Or maybe something like this here, a print-on-demand baseball jersey. There are stores that I have shown here on my channel that are selling this product for over $60 and making a great profit on it. You can see that it costs just $21 inside of the Printify app. The second reason I stopped selling low profit items is because it's actually, in my experience, a little bit easier to sell some of these higher profit products. Instead of just offering regular t-shirts and mugs, you can offer tons of different really cool home decor decorations that might make sense for your niche. Like I mentioned, I've had a decent amount of success with some of the different car accessories that are available to us, and my point here is that t-shirts are very popular. T-shirts are borderline saturated, and you can honestly still sell in some of the best niches out there if you are choosing other products. That's why you see a lot of print-on-demand YouTubers making content teaching you how to find low competition niches. What I I would rather do is just sell to the same niches but choose low competition products, so that way I can make sure that the niche I'm choosing is actually good and will actually buy a print on demand item. And that's something I sort of want you to think about as we close out the video here. I know today wasn't like a groundbreaking video where I showed you something brand new. I just wanted to answer the question inside of that post where this person asked what the model is for actually succeeding with POD. To me, it's choosing higher profit items. That's what's worked really well for me, and I think it'll work great for you on your store. Another thing to think about is, let's say that you do sell shirts, and let's say you're making $5 in profit per sale, and you do start to sell a lot of them. That's awesome, but what I would challenge you to think about is, if you have the skill to actually sell shirts, which is something that I think is a little bit harder than selling some of these other products out there, wouldn't it be smart for you to actually take your talent of selling shirts and just apply it to higher profit items that make you 4, 5, or even 10 times the profit of the shirts? To me, I think the answer is clear. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to get started building out your own store and selling on social media, I do have a free course linked down in the description. It's called POD for Dummies. Inside, you're going to get access to over 30 step-by-step videos showing you how to actually build your store. Let me know down in the comments, though, what you think of the video. Do you agree that selling higher profit items would lead to a higher rate of success with your store? Yes or no? Let me know. I am curious. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.